Lots of women are seeking to reinvent themselves these days. In today's video, we are looking at the question of what it means to reinvent yourself and remember who you are. Welcome, I'm Kim Marie, and this channel is all about supporting women to step into their most empowered self so they can live their most fulfilling life. So we're going to talk today about process of rediscovering yourself and the importance of remembering who you are. I'm also going to share some practical tools and steps that you can use for the process of rediscovering yourself and remembering who you are. And also embracing your reinvented self. So if you want to reinvent yourself, a lot of that is really about not so much becoming something that you're not, but becoming all that you are. And unfortunately, our culture often has us trusting everything else but ourselves, believing in everything else but ourselves, thinking that we have to adhere to the status quo and not allow ourselves to express and create and be and say what it is we need to say or do. And we lose ourselves in the process. So we need to go through a process of rediscovering ourselves. And I speak of this journey, this constant spiraling journey of remembering who you are, reconnecting to your values and your sense of purpose, re-envisioning new possibilities for your life in the way that you would like it to be moving forward, and then ultimately rebirthing yourself into that. And year after year, we go through this cycle of these 4 stages. And that first stage of remembering who you are is about rediscovering your truth, rediscovering your roots, rediscovering all that maybe you left behind or have forgotten because you've been so busy keeping up with all the other expectations of life. This is a process of peeling back the layers to rediscover your authentic self, to reacquaint yourself with your authentic self. This is exactly what I do in my very special Solace program. It is a program for women, a membership program that offers you this incredible guided journey through these 4 stages. And through each of the 4 stages, there are multiple steps, tools, sacred tools and tips and guidance, not to mention community connection. It's a place to feel held. It's a place that feels safe to connect and remember who you are and ultimately move toward rebirthing yourself into that life and experience of fulfillment and empowerment that you're longing for. So be sure to check out the link in the description for the Solace program and all the details. If you're wanting to reinvent yourself, you absolutely must remember who you are. That is why this rediscovery process is so important. In order to reinvent yourself, you have to go through this process of exploring and kind of like excavating, kind of like an archaeological dig where you're going in and finding these parts of yourself that maybe have been abandoned, maybe have been ignored, suppressed, even shunned in some ways, okay? This is a process of going deep into more and more of who you are and what you're here to be. That process is absolutely critical in order to reinvent yourself, because if you are not fully tapping in to all that you are, reinventing yourself just becomes kind of a rote process where you're just ultimately at risk of becoming what others want you to be or how they want you to be instead of who you truly are. So what are some practical steps and tools for rediscovery? Well, one of them, I told you about my Solace program, but another that is so powerful, and it's actually what all of my work ended up being born out of, is what I call my Sacred Nights of Winter journal. It is a journal that taps into the time of year during the Sacred Nights of Winter, roughly from the winter solstice to January 6th, that supports us in remembering who we are. It opens us up to receive a little droplet of our divine essence to move us forward on our path. It's the beginning process of this journey of remembering, reconnecting, re-envisioning, and rebirthing. And during the Sacred Nights of Winter, you'll journal and work with different questions and prompts that help you to tap into more of who you are and what's going on for you. So journaling is such a powerful tool. I've said that in many other videos, my passion for journaling as a way of really connecting to the whole of our being, but also meditation, reflection, contemplation. These are all things that happen so beautifully during this time of year, during this turning inward, the season of winter, opening ourselves up to our inner light, tapping into our inner light, finding that light within the darkness. This is all part of what we can do and practical tools and steps we can take to begin to rediscover ourselves and explore more of maybe what we've left behind and are kind of aware but not fully aware is there within us. So once we go through this process of rediscovery and we take time to journal or meditate or reflect or spend time with nature or connect with archetypes or maybe even personality assessments or astrological readings, any of those are wonderful practical tools to help us connect more with remembering who we are. But once we do, how do we embrace that? That's a really important question that rarely gets addressed. We're often told to try all these different things, but where is the container to hold it all? What do we do with it once we have it? Sometimes having this newfound self-awareness, this new sense of who we are, this rediscovered self can be difficult to embrace because we're not used to it. And we are also afraid that other people won't be used to it. And so we get worried that they're going to be critical or judgmental, and we shy away and we have found ourselves, but we go back to the old patterns. The key here is to remember that it really is a process of practice. As you discover more of who you are, you might want to start setting new boundaries for yourself. You might want to try doing some new activities. You may end up having certain friends fade away and new friends show up because of the energy and the way that you're showing up and the way things are changing for you. All of that is perfectly okay. The key is to embrace this newfound self, to really honor that you are reconnecting with parts of you that maybe have been completely ignored for a very long time. And it takes time to begin to integrate those and open. So have self-compassion, have a sense of patience, allow yourself to navigate the journey gracefully, peacefully, and hopefully with a sense of connection to yourself that you have long forgotten but are getting to remember all over again. I hope this is helpful. I hope this supports you on this journey to reinvent yourself. I hope it helps you understand what it means to reinvent yourself and remember who you are. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.